What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys exactly how I make my whipped shea butter. Now I prefer to use the unrefined shea butter because it has more of the natural ingredients in it, which is better for both your skin and your hair, and it's not as processed. Next up is my raw mango butter. Now I like to use raw mango butter because it's packed with a whole bunch of vitamins, it's a natural moisturizer, and it's amazing on your skin. Next is the famous Jamaican black castor oil. Now Jamaican black castor oil is a little bit thicker than most oils, but it has such good nutrients in it and it takes care of scars and skin and dry scalp and everything. It's a bae. Now I don't think I've seen anybody use this, but I like to use eucalyptus oil because it helps to improve hair health, relieve itchy scalp, it's good for antioxidants, it's an antiseptic, it's an anti-inflammatory, it's amazing. Next I like to incorporate orange oil into my mixture. It is good with collagen and blood flow, it helps to treat acne, and it's a natural moisturizer, and it soothes the scalp. Now next I like to use sweet almond oil because it seals in moisture, it adds shine, it promotes strength and hair growth, it has wonderful properties for circulation of the scalp, and it's great for a sugar scrub. Next I like to add grapefruit oil. I love to put this in there because it removes dead skin, it exfoliates the skin, it helps with eczema, stretch marks, paralysis, cellulite, and it is wonderful for brittle, dry, or damaged hair. And lastly, I like to add coconut oil to my mix. Now, coconut oil is so enriched with fatty acid. It helps with inflammation of the skin. It helps to heal wounds. It's amazing for balancing out your hair, for dry hair as a moisturizer. It's everything. All right, now let's get to work. We're going to begin with mixing our oils. Now, I'm going to start with sweet almond oil, and I'm going to put half a tablespoon inside of the mixture to start with. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go in with both my Jamaican black castor oils, and I'm going to add half of the tea tree oil one, and the other half is going to be filled with the peppermint oil. Now, like I said before, do what works for you. You know yourself better than anybody knows yourself. I choose to use eucalyptus oil, orange oil, and grapeseed oil because it works best for not only my skin, but for my hair. I'm a busy student. I am working on getting into dental school, so when I have my hair up in yarn twists for months on end, or when I have to keep moisturizing my skin, I know that by me putting these products into my mixture, I'm going to stay as moisturized in both my skin and hair for quite some time. So that's what my oils are looking like after I've mixed them all together. Now let's go on to the next one. But before we do that, make sure you are keeping your area clean before you keep going. So now we're going to work on the butters. I'm going to begin with putting in my raw mango butter, and I don't like to put a lot of this because a little bit goes a long way, so I'm just going to put about three and a half small chunks in there to make sure that I have, you know, a good amount. Now let's move into the star of the video. Okay, so like I said before, I like to use unrefined shea butter just because it has more of its natural nutrients in it. This is the first time I'm using this company. I actually got this one from Amazon. I'll put the link down below so you guys can see where I got it from. I liked the packaging, even though that little yellow thing was difficult, but we got through. So like you guys see, I'm going to be using only half of the butter because I plan to do something else with the shea butter. So I think that's approximately half. Now, before you guys get on me, I am well aware that coconut oil is not a butter, but I prefer to put my coconut oil in with the butters because I like the way that it melts with my shea butters. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. I don't like to mix it too well with my oils. I mean, I know it's all going to get mixed together, but this is my preference. So that's how it should look when you're done placing in all the butters. So this right here is my pot. You see this little silver thing right here? I actually got it from an Oriental Mart. What you do with it is you put it inside of the pot, and it helps prevent whatever you're going to put inside the pot of boiling water from getting burned. It's like magic. One of those things that you never knew you needed. So we're placing the container on top of that little metal thing so that all of my shea butter melts. And as you can see in this time lapse, it's just melting beautifully together. Sometimes I like to mix it up a little bit, but on its own, it melts by itself. Alright, we are looking pretty good. Now, this is what your oil should look like, well, your butter should look like. And now we're going to proceed with adding in our oil that we mixed before. So I'm just going to pour that inside of the mixture and proceed to the next step, which is whisking. Now, you don't have to do this. This is completely optional, but I like to whisk it together. It just makes me feel like everything is going to mix together smoothly. So I like to do that, and then afterwards I will cover it with saran wrap and place it inside of my refrigerator for about an hour. In preparation of the next step, this is what I'm going to be using. So I took out my mixture about an hour later, and I'm checking to make sure that it is completely solidified. You don't want it to be a little mushy, or else the mixture is not going to go well. So I'm going to proceed with mixing this up with my handheld mixer. I've had this since before I was born. My mom has had this forever, and it was just passed down to me because I was so attached to it. So anyway, I'm going to use this to mix it up, and I will knock off the remainder and use this cake scraper, which I know is for cakes, but I love it for this, to help move all of the product into the center of my bowl. Alright, so now that I'm done scraping it all into the center, this is how the mixture looks. It is very, very soft to the touch, and it is very, very creamy. I love when it comes out like this. Yes, a job well done. Because I know when I hop out the shower and I put this bad boy on, oh, my skin. Not only is it going to glow, baby, but I will be all kinds of soft. Okay. Alright, so normally I like to use a smaller jar when I'm putting this in, and for a moment I forgot what kind of jar I decided to use. I got so excited. I found this at the thrift store and I forgot how big it is. So I decided to place the product in, well, my shea butter, in a plastic bag to try and make it an easier application by squeezing it inside of the jar rather than trying to use the scraper and put it in there like that. So now, I mean, it's gonna look a little messy, but I mean, it's all going on the same skin, so. Alright, so it may not look that pretty, but all in all, I think I did pretty well. So I'm just going to kind of knock everything all the way down to the bottom, but I think I'm going to whip it just a little bit more. So after it's settled in the jar, I'll probably do another 5 minutes.
Tomorrow.
And I'm saying that the fact that you're still here, that you're still breathing, you've got some more work, and you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. So when you get up in the morning, that you can look yourself in the face and say, hey, I'm living my life on my terms. That's important. Not to give up on your dream, not to give up on yourself. Now, are there going to be some moments when you want to give up? Yes. Will there be some moments when it's going to seem like it's impossible? The pain that you're experiencing, the disappointment that you're experiencing, that you're going to say, it's not worth it? Yes, that's going to be right there for you. It's going to be in your face, telling you to go back.
For 30 days, you must take control of your mind. It will think only about what you permit it to think.
She said, before that day was over, I decided to never ask again. She said, I started studying opportunity, found it, took the classes, put myself through the schools, did the scenario. Now I'm vice president. I make a lot of money. And she said, I kept my promise. I've never, ever had to ask again. Day you say enough is enough. Now if you can.
Alright, so I guess that's it now. Good morning, guys. It's currently 5:33 a.m. Currently just finished my morning skincare routine, and I'm in the middle of my 5:15 morning routine. I just wanted to show you guys how my shea butter held up and that it's still soft even the next day. Still went on very smooth, still very easy. So So I hope that this video helped you out. I hope that when you are making your shea butter, you have some ideas, or this is some inspiration for you to make your own shea butter that works for you and your skin and your hair, if that's what you want to combine them into. I just feel it's easier to make one for both because I'm not gonna have more than one bottle, at least more than what I need on my counter or by my nightstand. If you guys end up doing my DIY shea butter, comment down below, let your mama know how it worked for you. I want to hear all about it, or what you guys did to tweak it to work for you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with me and you can see everything that I'm doing. I am in the middle of recording more videos since we are in quarantine. Shout out to my comment winner. Thank you so much for being the realest MVP. I totally enjoyed talking to you. I guess that's it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching my video. Once again, make sure you watch these videos on the left, and if you want more Reeice, make sure you follow me on social media.